Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Vlogmas video. This is the last dog we have and she's like totally blocking me. This is Lily. She is our youngest.
So she's born the day before my birthday, January 28th in 2013. We actually got her after she was a year and a half old. When I was a vet tech, I used to play with her when she was a puppy. She would come in board, get her vaccines and stuff like that when she was a baby. But the family had to give her up because they had little babies, not babies, but kids that were short, and she loves to jump. So she'd always jump on them and knock them over. So they had to get rid of her.
So that's where I came in. She let me know about it. That's back when we were still just dating. She was living with her parents at the time and she could not have another dog. So I took her and she's been with us ever since. So she's turning 7 in January.
She's very gentle. She likes to play with kids. She's really good with them. One of my friends had her 2-year-old come and watch Game of Thrones with us, and she would just stare and watch her as we were just watching TV. And she would just play and just have her play on her, pull on her, whatever, and she just does not care. She's such a good dog with children, other dogs.
She was talking about before they got rid of her because she would jump and she's like eye level with their kid. Well, we broke that pretty quick. So she does not jump. Well, she does jump, but only if we're playing with her. But we got her out of that for the most part.
Which is funny because she was a very, very obedient dog with his family. She wouldn't go in the kitchen. She wouldn't go on the couch. She wouldn't jump on the bed. She wouldn't go on the sidewalks. She was like super obedient. And we broke her of all of that except for the jumping.
Yeah. She refused. Like, I remember the first time I brought her home, that first night, it was a struggle to get her in my bedroom because she wasn't allowed in their bedroom. So I had to actually like force her to get in the bedroom with me. And then she didn't want to get on the bed. There's just like a whole lot of stuff there. But yeah, I mean, she was like the best dog ever. And she's still a good dog, but she used to be a really, really, really good dog. Lily is probably the happiest dog in the world. She definitely acts like it, and I think everybody that sees her can tell she's just always happy. Her tail is wagging right now. I remember when I first got her, I had the windows down in my car because my car didn't have any AC at the time, so she was just sticking her head out like really far the entire way. She loved having windows down, sticking her head out until something happened. I had just left my house. I was going to my parents' house in Knoxville. Going down the road, literally 2 minutes away from my house, and I had the windows down, and all of a sudden she just jumps out of the back window. Completely, just jumps out. I saw it happen. I slammed on my brakes like as soon as it happened, and she was still going, and she actually caught up to me on the road. That was like the scariest thing that I've ever had to deal with, really.
And all she got was this little mark on her side of her eye.
Yeah, she had a little mark. I think the inside of her hip was bruised a little bit. And her pads have always been like super rough, but after that, smooth as glass. She was just, but yeah, she was fine. There was a car behind me. Luckily they saw everything happen, and she acted like she didn't want to move. So I thought she was actually hurt, but it turns out she thought she was in trouble for jumping out. She just laid down in the middle of the road, and I'm like, oh my God, there's cars behind me. What do I do? Are you hurt? I was about to try to pick her up, and then she just jumped up and jumped in the car. I guess she's fine. So yeah, that was probably the scariest thing I've ever had to deal with dogs, other than Jingle's stuff. Never had a dog jump out of a car while it's moving, ever. Like that was just crazy.
Back to her being the happiest dog ever. You can notice her tail when she's going side to side. She's more of like concentrating just in general, like happy, content. But when she is super excited, she has a windmill tail, her tail going a circle.
If we say her name at all, then she just gets really excited and she's about to take off. She loves running around. If you just say her name and you just throw your hands up, she'll jump up in the air. Like she's crazy. But she really likes squeaky toys, a lot like Jingle, except she doesn't destroy them. She actually likes squeaking them. And we got her this little tiny rubber chicken. It's like this big. It is the funniest thing when she gets going with that thing, because she just squeaks it nonstop, and it's so funny. The only real issues that she has is she's got some anxiety with storms. A lot of dogs get nervous, but she gets like really nervous. She starts running around the room, just back and forth, pacing every time there's thunder.
At night, she'll come right next to my bed and go,
yeah.
Yeah, that's you.
She's got that hot breath.
The only bad thing about Lily is she loves getting in the trash.
Oh,
so we have to have a specific trash can that has a locking lid. So whenever we leave, she can't knock it over.
Yeah, if we leave anything out, for the longest time when I first got her, she would always shred paper. which wasn't that big of a deal as long as it was just paper. But she would all like napkins. She just sits there and like nibbles on them and thinks it's the best thing ever, and she just completely shreds it. But then it turned into getting into trash. Now it's like everything. We have to make sure everything's up. And socks. This has been a big problem.
Recently, in the past few months.
I don't know what it is, but she really likes to eat socks. She doesn't like to shred the socks.
She likes to eat it whole.
She swallows the whole thing. It causes issues later on because she then throws up the sock, which is good and bad at the same time. It's good that they come out, but they've been in there for so long that she throws up food that actually smells like diarrhea. Throw up, diarrhea. But it came out of her mouth.
We just throw the socks.
It's just really gross. I don't know why she does that, but she keeps doing it. She keeps throwing them up. She eats more socks. Okay. Her tail is also deadly. When I first got her, I lived in an apartment, and yeah, I lived in an apartment, and we had this coffee table. It was really low. Her tail was like perfect tail whacking height, you know? I had this glass of chocolate milk, just poured it on the coffee table. She got really excited, came by, sent the glass of chocolate milk up to the ceiling, and it went all over the blinds, everything, chocolate milk everywhere. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen, other than her jumping out of the car. The other thing that's kind of funny, she's already been rolling on her back since we've been here. She lays in all kinds of crazy positions, but she really likes laying on the couch, and she'll spread out on her back, and she snores when she's sleeping. I've gotten a few videos of her, but it's usually dark in the room, so the video quality sucks, but the audio is there. It's funny, because she's just like a deep sleeper. She doesn't really get out around other dogs too often. We need to do it more. We need to start walking her, taking her on hikes and stuff like that, but she just started barking at these other two dogs when we first got here. She can sound tough for sure.
Oh, last time we were here at Bicentennial Park with Lily, we were trying to teach her, I guess just play with her in general, like throwing the ball,
we
how
had
to
the
catch
ball.
it.
We had the ball thing.
I guess these kids just started running towards her like, oh, look, a dog. So they start running towards her. Lily thinks they're trying to play, so she runs after them. So they run back away, screaming, a dog's trying to take them. And it was a nightmare trying to get Lily to not run and chase them. As the kids are continuing to run, we're like, stop running. Yeah. She's really friendly.
The issue was we had her off leash, and we should not have. But we were really just testing out how she would do trying to catch the ball and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, if anybody starts running, she goes into play mode and she wants to chase them, and that was that. But the kids were afraid because she's a big dog. Even though she's technically not. She's a Bernese Mountain Dog. I don't know if we even said that. She's a Bernese Mountain Dog, if you couldn't tell. For Bernese Mountain Dogs, she's actually really small. She's the runt of the litter. She's
70 pounds. She's supposed to be
roughly
around 90.
Yeah.
For females are 90, males are about 120.
So they get big. So she's actually really small for a Bernese Mountain Dog.
I'm glad she's small.
Me too.
Anything bigger than this is just way too much.
Yeah, I think she is the perfect size. Because she's a big dog, and you can tell she's a big dog, but she's a small big dog. Yeah, so that happened at Bicentennial Park. By the way, we're at Bicentennial Park. That's why we came back here, because this is like Lily's location. Hurley's location was Centennial Park. You know, it kind of sucks that we got her when she was like 2.5 years old, because I never got to see her as a puppy.
She's the cutest little thing. She's a little big fur ball.
Kayan used to work at a vet clinic that did boarding, and the previous owners would always bring her in for boarding. Kayan got to see her as a puppy, but I feel like I missed out on it. So it kind of makes me want another Bernese Mountain Dog just so I can see it as a puppy in the future.
Back to the previous owners, whenever they would bring her in, it would always be the husband, and the husband would always let her sit in the front seat. So she'd sit in the passenger front seat as he's driving in. So then when we had her and we take her in the car, she'd always jump in the front seat. I'm like, that's my seat, you go in the back. So I would have to fight her, and then there's times where she'd try and jump in the front seat while I'm already there. So we had to break her of that. It was very difficult because she thought she was a special one that got to sit up front. But that was the only time she got to go in the car, was just to go grooming, boarding, vet, that's it.
Yeah, so then once I got her, you know, she would always jump in the front seat, and I wasn't with Kayan all the time, so I just let her do whatever she wanted. I used to take her on car rides like all the time. with me and her, that was also her spot. So that's why she had to fight with Cayenne about it, or Cayenne had to fight with her about it. This is the last video of our dogs. We went over Jingle, we went over Hurley, and now we went over our youngest, Lily. We showed you the sugar gliders, you've already seen the fish tank. That is all of our pets. So hopefully you guys enjoyed getting to know the little ones in our lives a little bit more.
Alrighty, bye guys.
Yep, we will see you in tomorrow's adventure. That's the circle tail, look, it's perfect. See ya.
Hi, Shania Booty.
What is it? What is it, Lily? Okay. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Okay, sit.
Ah.
Don't touch her.
We can't tell you're the happiest dog ever.
Touch her.
All right, what's up, guys? She's looking at another dog right now. What are you doing? What are you doing? Burp. Lily, we just had you bathed. You want to go after those kids? Yeah.